Hey everyone, welcome back to another Kevin's Creations here at Geektopia Island. I'm Kevin.
And I'm Cardwell.
And today we're doing a fun little, a fan, I guess, requested deck. He wanted to see what our thoughts were on Welser the Archmage.
I think our thoughts is he's wicked cool.
He is pretty wicked cool.
He is.
He does a lot, but it takes a lot to do a lot. He's weird.
Yeah.
He's very strange, but he could do a whole lot for you.
And the only way we can actually explain it is just literally just show you the deck.
Yeah.
So let's get to it.
Alright, so Welser the Archmage, he costs one of each color to Judgment. Already weird. Yep. I know, bear with us. He energizes for a red. You can tap any crest you control, a magic crest, for a will of one of its color. So like the white one adds white, blue one adds blue, so forth, so on. But those can only be used for Judgments. He can do that ability, but that's not really what you need him for. His other ability is you can pay Fire Will to play any number of crests or Wicked Spirit. Like it can be used for either one. So all of the crests that are different colors, which sadly we only use one that's different colors, really.
You just tap a Firestone.
Yeah, it's like, hey red, this is in play. Cool. Yeah. But when you do Judgment him, he Judgments into a 15/15, which is one of the biggest rulers in play.
Oh yeah.
Or in Raya cluster. He comes into play and he gets to put a Wicked Spirit from your hand into play, which is pretty sweet. You get a free dude. And he also comes into play and puts 3 negative counters on all J Resonators your opponent controls.
Yeah, really good.
And
whenever he swings, he gets to do that as well.
Yeah. He gets to do that as well when he's swinging. So you're like, hey, cool, come to play. And that's then also when he comes into play, if you have 3 stones or 3 magic crests of different names, so like a white crest, a green crest, a black crest, whatever, he gains swiftness.
Yep. If
you have 5 different names, he gains swiftness, precision, and imperishable. Unfortunately, we're never going to get to the 5, but we'll always have swiftness if we have the chance.
Yeah.
So Judgment turn, you're like, play dude. Get 3 counters, swing 3, swing 15, get 3 more counters.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And depending on what dude we play, that will show, it basically board wipes them. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Alright, well let's get into the Wicked Spirit, shall we?
Let's do it.
Alright. Fire Majin. 1 red, 4/4. If you control a red crest, when this card enters the field, deal 600 damage to target player or J Resonator. Which is just really good if you just want to blast him in the face real quick for 1 red.
Yeah, it's fantastic. 1 red, deal 6. Awesome.
Yep. And the next Wicked Spirit that we have is Lava Majin. He's a 6/5 for 2 red. And whenever this card is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to target J Resonator.
Dude's awesome. Because you're like, hey, that's a big 12/12. Throw this dude in the way.
Yeah.
That thing takes 12. Awesome.
Just kill it. Just block and kill all day, pretty much.
One of my favorite Wicked Spirits that this deck runs, because she's also a Dark Elf, heyo.
Oh yeah.
Is Frayla, the 2-drop. So she's 2-drop 6/6. If she's the only Resonator you control, she gains swiftness until the end of turn.
Pretty good.
Cool. And then when she attacks, another Resonator you control gets +4/+0 and gains swiftness until the end of turn. At the end of that turn, sacrifice that creature. Or banish that Resonator.
Which is
fantastic in this deck just because you're like, hey, pay 6 or pay 1, deal 6, swing this dude for 10. Brawr.
Yeah. And
awesome.
With one of the spells, we'll show a little combo, which is pretty cute with that.
Yeah.
Alright, the next one. Darkness Majin. 2 darkness and 1. 8/8. If you control a black crest, when this enters the field, destroy target resonator with total 2 or less.
3 men, I get an 8/8 and kill your dude?
Yeah.
Awesome. I'll take it.
Kill your little blocker that's going to be, in my way pretty much.
Yeah. And what he doesn't get to kill, the next girl does.
Oh, yeah.
Elixir, the Majin, she is amazing. So she's 2 red and 2 for a Tintin. She's got a red crest. She comes into play and deals 6 damage to all Resonators your opponents control.
Yeah,
just wipe the board. Great. And if you have a black crest, she gets to come in and destroy target Resonator.
Just that simple.
So you're like, oh cool, I got a red and a black crest. Kill that dude, 6 to your board. Fantastic.
And that's with Welser, and it's like -3 counters to everything, and then she comes into play, 6 damage to everything.
Yeah, that's a 9-point swing on their board.
Yeah.
And you killed whatever big dude's in your way. It's ridiculous. It really
just
is. On the come into play ability. And then when Welser gets to attack, you're like, hey, -3 again.
Yeah.
So that's -12 to all dudes, technically. I mean, 12 damage, whatever. However you want to put it.
Yeah. So pretty much we'll annihilate most everything on the field.
That'll pretty much get rid of all the dudes.
Alright. Now, let's get into the crest, shall we?
Yep.
So, Magic Crest of Water. It's 1 blue, but of course with Welser, you can just tap a Fire Stone for it. Card enters the field, draw a card.
Great.
Simple as that.
Cantrip to get through, dig through everything. Awesome.
Yep.
Next one we got Magic Crest of Darkness. It's 1 black. Return a Resonator from your graveyard to your hand when it comes into play. Cool.
Yep. Helps with Frayla combo.
Yeah, you can get all kinds of nifty things with it. If they kill your Elixir, you just get it back. But don't be afraid to just make sure you put this out early so that way your Elixir has the Crest, because it's worth losing the ability to have that Crest in play.
Yeah, and it's only 1 darkness, so just throwing it down, just be like, okay, done, go ahead.
Yeah.
Alright, and of course the last crest that we have is the Magic Crest of Fire, of course. 1 red and colorless. When this card enters the field, deals 600 damage to target Resonator. And 6 is like the perfect number right now. So.
Yeah, that's going to come in and just kill most dudes that are worthwhile. You're just like, hey, kill that dude, and then play the 1-drop right after it, kill that other dude.
Yep.
Or those 2 together can kill a 12-drop, or a 12-12, whatever. Ba-bow!
Yeah, that's pretty
silly. It's got a lot of weird synergy with it.
Alright, now with Majin Subjugation, go ahead and tell us about this guy.
Alright, so Majin Subjugation is a fun little card that this deck gets to run. It is 1 red. As an additional cost to play this card, you sacrifice a Wicked Spirit. Or you sacrifice a Resonator, I'm sorry. And you get to go look for a Wicked Spirit of X plus 2. So if you sacrifice a 2-drop, you could get a 4-drop.
Yep.
If you sacrifice a 1-drop, you go get a 3-drop and under. However you want. You can get it under, but usually you want to get the 2-drop to 4-drop. That's why we have the Fraylas. That's why we have the Lava Majin.
Yep.
They're both there to go get an Elixir, so you can be like, hey, 1 mana, great, do this thing, kill your shit.
Especially after Frayla pumps up a dude to swing, and then you just, we'll sack him for another dude.
Yeah, the dude's already going to die at the end of turn, so you might as well get more use out of it.
Yeah, that's the silly one. Now, we're going to prepare you for this one. Just sit down. Hopefully you're going to watch and chill out for a second. Please tell us about this card.
Alright, so the new card that's came in the Winds of the Almost Moon for him is Prismatic Flame. It's 1 red quick cast. Its text box is like this long.
Yeah.
But we'll shorten it for you for what it's doing for us. So you can tap a crest to add a color or to pay for the awakening costs of this. So it's got 5 different awakenings and its actual ability, which its actual ability is just deal 300 damage to target J/Resonator.
That's it.
That's what it does. For 1 red, deal 3. Cool. Then the awakenings are like augments to it that you can do. You tap a white crest, you gain life. That doesn't matter for us because we don't have them. You tap a blue crest, you draw a card. Fantastic. So you're at 1 red mana that you pay, blue crest, draw a card, deal 3.
Just a little tap.
Awakening for red, this card deals double damage. So anything that deals damage on this card deals double. Awakening for green is it deals 100 damage multiplied to all other... Let's see. 1 damage to each Resonator your opponent controls other than the target card. So you just it's kind of like a board wipe if you have the green crest, but it's kind of meh. Alright, so Awakening of Black Crest is the one that we really need for this otherwise to go off. So it says this card deals 300 damage plus 100 damage for each other Resonator your opponent controls past the original target.
Yes.
So in essence, if they have 4 creatures, you're going to deal 300 damage, 4, 5, 6.
Yes.
Because it triggers off of the other 3. However many is left over past your first target, it deals an extra 1 for each one. To your opponent.
Yeah.
And if you have a red crest done, it's doubled. So you're like, hey, take 6, now take 12 instead. And then with a blue, you're just like, I'm going to draw a card. So you cantrip, kill a dude, and they take damage.
For 1 red.
For 1 red that you actually pay. Awesome. Card is ridiculous. And it's ridiculously hard to figure out how it reads because it's like, I get the way it's worded, but it's hard.
Your opponent needs magnifying glasses. You might as well bring a magnifier glass with you. So you're like, this is what it does, read it real quick.
because this text box is like, this beautiful.
Yes.
And the final card of the deck is Advent of the Demon King. It is actually our way to Judgment. Yep. So it's 2 black and 1. You can either give the board -5/-5, or you can have your Judgment cost 0.
Yep.
And that's really what you're needing, because you're like, hey, Judgment, 0. I'm going to Judgment now. Cool, great. Unfortunately, that is the bad part, that if that gets countered, you don't really get to Judgment.
Well, hopefully you'll draw another one.
Yeah, but I mean, there's quite a few of them, so hopefully you get there. Just know that that's the danger of playing Welser.
Yeah. And that's because of with all the stones like gone, we did black-red mostly, because, you know, you get the double stones that will go through. And so therefore, with this card, it makes Welser viable.
Yeah, yeah. So, speaking of stones, we have 4 of them Null Magic Stone, which is the red-black duel. It adds a black mana normally, or it adds a red mana and you take 2. But with this, you really just are going to be paying the black if you need to play the Darkness Resonator, or you just pay red and take 2 if you need to, but you're not really going to need to with the other lands. Next one we have is a Majin Stone, and is produce a red, or you can sacrifice it and produce 2 red, but that 2 red can only be spent on Wicked Spirits. So sure, you can force out an Elixir quicker, but at the cost of your stone. Yeah. So it's a give or take, but
maybe if they're playing against aggro, then it's super worth it.
Yeah, if you need it, you need it. Like there's no way around it.
Yeah.
But it's pretty fun in what it can do. And the final one is just 2 Fire Stones. There's nothing else really like that's super great for other stones that right now, so we just have to have the Fire Stones because you need them. Sideboard, we changed things up quite a bit in the sideboard. It's a little different. So we have 3 Ultra Dragons, and they're for any kind of shenanigans with coming into play elsewise. So 3 red for a Tintin with flying and barrier blue-black. Already great. Whenever a Resonator comes into the field that's under your opponent's control that's not played from their hand, it takes 20. Just because why not?
Yeah, exactly.
And whenever he dies, you discard a card at random. That's kind of the drawback to him, but
that's
okay.
Okay.
I'll take a Tintin flyer that I can lose a card at random. Great. Next up is Kaiser Phoenix. It's our J Resonator kill, like our J kill really. It's 3 mana quick cast. It deals 10 damage to target J/Resonator. If that Resonator was put in the graveyard and at this turn it gets removed instead. You can awaken it 2 different times with strength counters, but we don't have them, so we don't really worry about them. But it's just there to be like, hey, kill that J, because if most Js are like 10 toughness or
less, really.
Yeah. So. And the next card is the black's only way to deal with AU, really. It's Ceaseless Devotion. It's a black and 1 quick cast. As long as target Resonator you control is in the field, if damage would be dealt to you this turn, it's dealt to it instead.
Yeah.
So you're like, cool, you went off AU and you're doing some things and I'm going to take 40 to the face. You're like, cool, this Lava Majin takes it and I'm going to kill your Resonator because it's dead.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
Or even to AU, really, because it does say, so you just do all the damage back to AU. Be like, suck it.
You're just like, you're dead. Great, woo, thanks. Another card that we have in the board is Eruption. It's personally one of my new favorite cards of the whole Freya cluster. Because it does so much for you. It's 3 mana.
Kind of does.
Red, red, and 1. This card deals 800 damage to each J/Resonator. It's fantastic because it kills pretty much everything that's worthwhile right now.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to have a lot of things. Like, it doesn't kill a Gil, but there's not a lot that does.
And with him being so big, Welser, you just play this, pretty much damage the whole board if it doesn't kill it. You swing and then it's gone.
Yeah, because they're already going to be at -3 counters if he's on his Judgment side.
Yeah, yeah.
And then when he gets to swing, he makes whatever else isn't dead.
Pretty much, yeah.
And if Eruption didn't kill it, we got more. We got Flame Wave, or Fire Wave. So it's 3 red and 3. So it costs 6, kind of costly, but you can reduce it. As you play this card, you can sacrifice a Wicked Spirit to reduce it by 2. So it can cost 4, and it deals 1200 damage to each J Resonator and to the player to your opponent. So you're just like, you take 12, and all your things take 12. Awesome.
Yeah, that's good. That's a fair trade.
4 mana, I lose 1 dude, you take 12.
Yeah.
I will do this all day. I do apologize, it is only to your Resonators your opponent controls, not to them. And the final card of the sideboard is Evil Elemental Uprising. And it's there just for the graveyard shenanigans. 1 black quick cast, remove all cards from your opponent's graveyard. Players cannot chase this card. It's just there to be like, no, stop doing that. It does a lot right now. It stops Dark Elves pretty hard. It stops. It did stop Sherry, but she got the Banhammer. It stops a lot of other weird graveyard stuff. Like Keurig has a couple things like Play Dead. You can be like, no, get out of here, thanks. Yeah. So they don't get their Play Deads. It does a lot for you because they can't chase to it. So you're like, oh no, get rid of that. But that's it, guys, for the board. It's got a lot of control package for it to add in if you need to. But overall, you're going to be playing the long game, so you got to make sure you're ready for it.
Yeah.
That's really how this deck works. But thank y'all for checking in here with Geektopia Island, guys. The deck list will be down below if you want to check it out. And then we'll see y'all again, alright? Have a good night.
Goodbye.
Alright, guys, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. And also hit the bell that gets you notifications on all of our content. Also, if you need the latest deck tech, it's going to be to the right. And if you need the latest gameplay videos, it's going to be down below.